Hi, I'm Carly McAvoy. Today I'm doing a quick review on conversions between English and metric units for the final exam review for our basic math class, Math 90. If you want to convert, the way that I'm going to teach you is unit conversion. And so what I want to do is start with what I have, which is 10 and 1/4. That's feet. I'm going to put that over 1. And I want to change it into, whoops, this is the times, put feet on the bottom, and what I want to end up with goes on the top. I want to convert that into inches. And I write the unit conversion, that is, there's 1 foot for every 12 inches. So you can see on the bottom you have 1 times 1. You can see that the feet cancel, which is going to leave us with inches. And so what I have is 10 1/4. I'm going to change that to an improper. That would be 41 fourths times 12. I'm going to call that 12 over 1. And I have that's going to be inches because that's what's left up here in this original product. And so 4 goes into itself once. It goes into 12 3 times. And then if I multiply across, I get 123 inches. So that's a unit conversion going from feet into inches. What if I had 8 feet 9 inches and I want to convert into inches? Well, I know I'm going to have 9 inches. I'm going to forget about that for a second, and I'm going to take my 8 feet, put it over 1, and again my feet into inches. 1 foot is 12 inches. So I'm going to see that the feet cancel, and if I multiply straight across, 8 times 12 is 96 inches, plus the 9 that I had already, and I have 105 inches from 8 feet 9 inches is 105 inches. What if I want to change from millimeters into meters? Remember this. You have your basic unit like meters, and then you have km, which is kilometers, hm, which is hectometers. Then you have the decameters, and then decimeters, and then centimeters and millimeters. Notice that the meters, that's your basic unit, right? And then everything else has a prefix in front of it. So if I have liters, I would have deciliters, centiliters, milliliters, decaliters, hectoliters, and kiloliters, like that. So it's always the different unit at the end, but the prefixes are the same. One of the ways you can remember this is the little mnemonic: kittens have dirty mouths drinking chocolate milk. Kittens have dirty lips drinking chocolate milk. And if you had grams instead, you'd have the same prefixes with grams. You have kittens have dirty gums drinking chocolate milk. So that can help you remember that sort of sidewalk chart. So we have 120 meters and we want to change into millimeters. So for meters, we have decimeters, centimeters, and millimeters. So we're starting right here with 120 meters. Here's our decimal point, and to move 3 places to the right, we're going to move the decimal place 3 places to the right. So we have 1, 2, 0, and then 1, 2, 3 more zeros to get to millimeters. So you just move your decimal point 1 place for each place in the chart, because each place represents times 10 or divided by 10. And so when you're moving to the right, you're multiplying by 10 each time. So by multiplying by 10 3 times is 3 decimal places. What if you had 72 ounces and you wanted to change it into pounds and ounces? Well, I'm going to use the unit conversion again. I want to get rid of ounces, that goes on the bottom. I want to end up with pounds, that goes on the top. And I have 16, whoops, no I don't. I have 1 pound for 16 ounces. And so when I here my ounces cancel, leaving pounds, but I have 72 divided by 16, which is 4.5. So I have, that's 4.5 pounds. So I have 4 pounds, and then I have to change 0.5 or half a pound into ounces. So let's do that. If I have 0.5 pounds, then I have 1 pound for 16 ounces. And if I cancel the pounds, I'm left with the ounces, which is what I want. And 16 times 0.5 is 8, so I have 8 ounces. 4 pounds, 8 ounces. If you know just in your head, well, 16 ounces, half of that would be 8, that's fantastic. But the unit conversions always work too. And if you're taking science classes, it's really great to know that. A few other things with measurements and conversions. Reason's making a picture frame with a length of 20 and a width of 15 inches. He has a 10-foot board. How many frames can he make? Okay, let's first of all see how his frames are in inches. So let's change 10 feet into inches. It's 12 inches for 1 foot, which is 120 inches, multiplying across. Now let's see how many inches it takes to make one of his frames. Well, he's got 20 inches here and 15 inches here. That means he has 15 inches there and 20 inches there, right? So if we add these up, we have 70 inches for 1 frame. So a 10-foot board isn't going to do much for us, right? Because if we have 120 inches and if we make 1 frame, then we have 50 inches left. So he can only make 1 frame with his board. He would need more to be able to make more, right? So we don't say make, I can make 1.5 or whatever. You can't make a half a frame. You need it all. So that's a little tricky because you got to think to remember to add both sides, both widths and both lengths. Okay, now we're going to do subtraction and addition using your unit conversions. For every 1 ton, you have 2,000 pounds. So here I want to subtract 1,705 pounds from 1,504 pounds. Well, I can't do it because it's not enough. So I'm going to borrow from the 6, but over here I'm going to add 2,000 to this. That gives me 3,504. Now I'm ready to do that subtraction. So I have 3,504 minus 1,705, and that gives me 1,799 pounds. And 6 minus 3 is 3 tons. So make sure when you borrow, you're not just borrowing 10, you're borrowing whatever the conversion is. And for this one, if I add these together, I get 2 pints, 5 quarts, and 17 gallons. Well, every 2 pints makes a quart. So I'm going to take off these 2 pints and make 1 quart. And then I have 6 quarts and 15 gallons. But every 4 quarts makes 1 gallon, so I'm going to take 4 quarts off, which leaves 2 quarts. And when I take 4 quarts off, that's 1 gallon, and that gives me 18 gallons. So 18 gallons in 2 quarts is what I get for the final answer after I convert that correctly. And finally, how much fencing is needed for a 50 by 30 foot pen? This is kind of similar to the frame problem up above. I just wanted to make sure that you remembered about perimeter is just add up all the sides. So we have a 30 foot by 50 foot pen. How much fencing is needed? You just add that up. 50 and 50 is 100. That'd be 160 feet needed. That's a perimeter problem for that whole entire thing. All right, we're going to finish up looking at more perimeter and area problems in the next video, and have a